welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another JVS movie review. Today, I'm bringing you my last review from the Middleburg Film Festival, which was, at this point, almost close to 2 months ago. Close to 2 months ago, I attended the Middleburg Film Festival, and I've been holding on to this last review of this film to come closer and coincide with the release of it on Netflix. And the name of this film is The Power of the Dog, and it stars Benedict Cumberbatch, Kirsten, Dunst, Cody smit-mcphee, Jesse Plemons, and it's directed by Jane Campion. And special mention to cinematographer Arnie Wagner. I think I'm saying her name right. I think I am. Arnie Wagner. And here's a quick synopsis. A dominating but charismatic rancher wages a war of intimidation on his brother's new wife and her teenage son, until long-hidden secrets come to light. Now, this, ladies and gentlemen, is, to me, the part of the rebirth of the dramatic Western that we've kind of seen over the last couple of years. I mean, last year we got News of the World with Tom Hanks, which was a Western, and it was way more of not the action elemented Western. It was the dramatic Western, and then we get Power of the Dog, which I walked into expecting a completely different film. But what you get is this haunting, dramatic tale of what it means to be a man, what it means to intimidate people, and what it means to attempt to overcome one's own personal demons. All of that wrapped into this movie that is amazingly shot. This is one of the most beautiful films I've seen in the last 10 years. This is the first time I've seen the film, and I thought the cinematographer made lend to an actor being awarded Best Actor equal parts to his performance. Like the way that R.A. shoots Mr. Cumberbatch in this film, like it sets up for him to just go off on amazing scene after amazing scene after amazing scene, even in the quiet moments of the film with him in it, in scenes that could be throwaway in any other, being handled by any other cinematographer and any other director, because Jane Campion here is also amazing, and you kind of see why she takes so long between films. But it's a scene in this film where Cumberbatch's character is just in his bedroom, in his bed. He's hearing things going on in another room. And the way they shoot him in that scene, you see all the intensity of his face, all the anger, all the pain. You see everything going through him as he's just emoting everything to you on screen. And a point that they chose to shoot that scene the way that they did, it brings you deeper into the mindset of this character and to understand just how haunted this character is, but not only haunted, but just how disturbed this character is. And it works wonders. There's another scene where Kirsten Dunst, who is a widow in this film, and she's attempting to play the piano for her new husband, which is played by Jesse in this film. And we see Benedict being exactly what he is in this movie, which is just a menace on every single possible level. As she's attempting to play piano, he's playing his banjo, and he's overplaying her, kind of in a way of mocking her. But the way they set up that shot is both of them are in the frame, but because of the distance they are apart and the levels of the house that they are apart, it comes across as Cumberbatch's character just looking down upon her with this hatred. And they shoot it that way. And even though all you can see is the emotion on his face as he's playing this banjo, and you see just how tormented she is by him. The way that scene is shot is, that scene on its own is Oscar caliber. That scene on its own should win her the Oscar for Best Cinematography of a film this year. That's how amazing that shot is. But if we get into the film here, so we open up the film with Benedict. I'm going to keep on saying this guy's name wrong. I don't know why. I've seen so many movies with him and I always get his name wrong. But Benedict Cumberbatch's character, as we get introduced to him and we get introduced to Kirsten Dunst's character, And then we get introduced to Jesse's character here, all at the beginning of the film, as the two brothers are attempting to settle up their business, and they visit a town with Kirsten Dunst and her son in it. And then we get the setup of what is to be the romance and the intrigue, the depth, and to me, the more thrilling aspects of this film. Now, this film is an extremely slow burn. This is not a film for people who want action-packed westerns. If you are a fan of Harder They Fall, Django, even Open Range, just to throw out a western there that some of you may remember, or even A Proposition, another western of that nature, where it has dramatic elements, but it still sets up action elements. That's not this film. This film is extremely slow. It moves extremely slow, but it's plotted that way, and it's plotted so well that if you are someone who loves cinema, you're going to be entrenched in everything that happens in the way that this film is plotted. Once we get introduced that, or once we get to the understanding that Jesse and Kirsten's characters are going to get together and they become married, that's when the psychological aspects of Cumberbatch's character takes over the film. He is sickening in this movie at times. And he does it all just because you can see, or you kind of wonder, is it a fear of him losing his brother? Or is it a fear of his big secret that he's holding in this entire film? I won't say anything about it, besides that it is a huge secret, and it makes so much sense when you get to the third act of the film. But he's going out of his way to not only protect what he feels is his brother's sincerity, but he's also attempted to protect his own masculinity, everything set up to what a man is supposed to be. We kind of see him hold on to that for this entire film. At times we wonder, why is he doing it? But when it's finally revealed why he's doing it, it just catapults his performance to another level here. But through everything he does, including him just tormenting Cody's character in this film, and I mean absolutely tormenting this kid who's playing this very shy, awkward, you could kind of want to say autistic teenager for that time period. And he's just like relentless at teasing this kid. He's relentless at going at this kid's mother, who, again, played by Kirsten Dunst, who gives possibly her best performance I've seen. Maybe I could say since Hidden Figures, but I don't even think her Hidden Figures performance is as good as this. This movie is just, it's her being a wreck. She's a wreck this entire film. From us being introduced to her character as she's ended up dealing with the death of her husband, to her having to raise this boy on her own, to her falling in love with this guy, or, and this is a key part to the movie with me also, pretending to fall in love with this guy for a chance at a better life, and then for her to be tormented by his brother because he just doesn't like her and he doesn't like change. It just reads volumes of what it means to be emotionally tortured by an individual and you not being able to do anything to stop them from doing it. And that's what we get between Cumberbatch and Ms. Dunst in this film. And it's great when you see them two on screen together, because every scene between them two is haunting. Every scene feels so big in a moment, and the way it's shot is made to feel that big in moments that you kind of forget it's still a quiet film. It's not a lot of action pieces here. It's a lot of setup. It's a lot of dialogue. It's a lot of great performances. Out the 4 leads in this film, no one gives a bad performance. But Benedict performance is just the best male performance of this year. That's the best way to put it. Kirsten Dunst's performance in this film is really good. Really, really good. Like, I feel like it's supporting actress good of a nomination. Maybe not the award, but definitely a nomination in this film. But it's Jane Campion's direction that sets this film apart from everything else. You can clearly see she loves her actors. She loves to let people give the best performances humanly possible. The setups are amazing. The cinematography, as I said before, you won't see a better looking film this year. At one point in time, I thought it could possibly be Belfast. I know some people out there may try to attempt to throw Dune in there, but there's not going to be a cinematographer who's going to touch this film in any way, shape, form, or fashion. This film is shot to perfection. Again, I think I've not seen a film, and now that I think about it, I've not seen a film shot this well since possibly Road to Perdition, which I felt every time I saw a scene in Road to Perdition, it felt like art. And that's how I feel here watching Power of the Dog, is so many of these shots could be framed and put on your walls in your home and be pieces of art for people to see. And that says a lot, that a cinematographer can pull that off and pull it off extremely well while not overshadowing the performances of the actors. And that's what we don't get here, because again, Benedict is amazing. Absolutely amazing in this film. Again, it's a disturbing, haunting, sick Western. That's the best way to put it. With a third act that, while you kind of see some of the stuff coming, some of it is foreshadowed, unfortunately, but it takes away nothing from the film. And I'm not even going to say you're going to understand the full entire film on your first viewing, because at the film festival when I saw it, it was plenty of people who didn't get it. But for the ones who did, it blew them away. And I'm not saying it's a difficult thing to understand. It's just so much setup. A lot of people aren't used to slow burn Westerns anymore. They don't exist. Westerns normally now have to give you nothing but action in it. And here they decided, no, we're going to give you this dramatic, haunting Western about toxic masculinity that you're not expecting to see, but you're going to see it and you're going to love it. So, The Power of the Dog, brought to you by Netflix. This movie comes out December the 1st. It's been playing in theaters for the last 2 weeks, but let's be honest, most of you all will not go into theaters to see a Netflix movie. Most people like waiting at home to see a Netflix movie. So again, it comes out tomorrow, or when this review is posted, today. It comes out. Out of a possible 10, I'm going to give The Power of the Dog a 9.5 out of 10. This is possibly the second best film I saw at the Middleburg Film Festival, behind Come On, Come On. It is the best performance, though, hands down. Like, for a while there, I was stuck between Joaquin Phoenix and Benedict Cumberbatch on which performance was better. And the more I thought about it, the more I focused on each film. Come On, Come On is a far superior film. Benedict Cumberbatch's performance in The Power of the Dog is amazing. And to me, should finally get him his Oscar for Best Actor. And this is something definitely I need you all to check out. Let us know what you think about it. This has been another JVS movie review. Peace, people.